triple-double tonight. When you play a team like that, you're going to get a lot of opportunities in the open court, playing at a fast pace. How'd you feel coming into this game?
We just wanted to come out and not fall into the trap of playing as fast as they play, because we don't preach that. We just want to play as ourselves and not play like them.
How many triple-doubles did you have in high school? Any idea?
Probably like 7 or 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did it mean any more to get a triple-double here?
What'd you say?
Did it mean any more to get a triple-double
Yes, definitely. It's much harder. Honestly, at one point I didn't even know I was close, and then my teammates told me I needed another assist.
So they're counting on the bench?
They were counting at the end.
What was the difference between the first half and the second half?
For our team, I would say defense in the first half, we really weren't locked. Well, we were locked in, but we weren't really getting stops. The second half, we were definitely getting a lot more stops. I would say that's the biggest thing.
Last year at this point in the season, right around Christmas, you guys were kind of struggling, and then you turned it on in ACC play. How big is it to be 9-1 right now, as opposed to this time last year when you probably already lost 3, 4, 5 games?
It's definitely big for later on down the road for non-conference when they look at us for the tournament or tournaments. But we definitely want to keep the ball rolling like we did last year for the ACC.
All right, thanks.
And chilling.
Yep. So, what was the big difference between the first half and the second half out there today?
We guarded somebody. We just went out there, guarded somebody, finished possessions. They kind of hit us in the mouth early. We knew they were going to play like that, but it kind of catches you off guard. You guys settle into the game, get your win. Once everybody did that, we felt like we were all right.
Triple-double for this man right here to your right. Have you ever played with anybody who can fill up the stat sheet in so many different ways?
I ain't never seen nothing like that. It's crazy. I ain't never seen nothing like that. That's just crazy. I hope he keeps on working and just improving from it.
You guys, at this point last year, had already lost 4 or 5 games going into the new year, and this year you're 9-1. How do you feel? How much different do you feel right now than you did at this point last season as a team?
We just feel like we're clicking on all cylinders. When we're in adversity situations, we respond. We pass a lot of tests early in this before conference season, preseason. So we just got to keep on getting better every day. We get better defensively. It's good how we responded to being down in the first half. And we just got to keep on getting better every day. The things coach says we need to get better at.
Manned up and start getting stops. We challenged ourselves to get stops, and that was about it.
You mentioned the big run to start the second half. You, I think, got 12 points in that run. Was that a conscious effort on your part to get going?
My teammates found me. I was open, and I tried to do my job was to hit shots. And they found me, and I just kept shooting. And they gave everybody energy, and I tried to bring energy. So that was pretty much my job.
Were you guys getting better looks from 3 in the second half than the first half, I guess? Or,
Oh yes, definitely. Because we start taking our man off the dribble, and then they collapse, and you hit the wide open guy, and the wide open guy shooting the wide open shot. And we practice those all the time.
22 points, not too shabby there. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Was this one of those things where you just started feeling it as the game was going on there, as the second half was going on? Or,
Yeah, shots started falling. I got really confident, felt like I couldn't miss, and my teammates just kept finding me, and that's pretty much it.
How can a guy like Chris Clarke, when you can get out in transition, a guy who can so athletic, can pass like that, triple-double today, how much better does he make everybody else when he's out there making plays?
He makes everybody so much better. Triple-double. I don't think I ever played with a guy that got triple-double. So that was pretty impressive. I didn't even know it until we came in. So, he found an open guy. He's really, really unselfish. He works really hard, and, he's a big, big part of the team. So that was good.
What adjustments you guys make second half to get that offense going and get the defense going?
I don't know that we've made any adjustments on either end. I just think our mentality was much different. All the things that we did in the second half were the things that we had worked and prepared to do in the first half. Very little of it was executed. So I don't necessarily know that we made any adjustments at all. But I thought our mentality and the execution of what we had planned for was much better.
Well, as it sounds like Chris Clarke may have his first triple-double in school history. What is a guy like that meant, I guess, to the team, and what do you think of him, or what's your thoughts of the way he played in getting that triple-double?
I just think he's a matchup horror movie. I think he's a really good player that can tilt the floor downhill in as quick of a fashion as I've seen as a head coach for sure. I think that he plays for others. I think he has an insatiable desire to get the ball off the rim, off a missed shot. He continues to improve. I hate that he missed, over a third of our season last year, but I do think that he's getting in a better groove. So I didn't realize it was a triple-double until right there at the very end. But that's cool.
Well, that's when he got it, was the last.
Yeah, I didn't.
that was the last assist.
But I think, I don't want to assume. I think everybody but me knew it before that. And then I kind of caught on to what was going on.
Plus, you guys have 30 assists today. How have you been able to get this team to be so unselfish?
60% of our field goal makes entering today were assisted. That's probably not quite as good a number as you would think. It's probably top 50 in the country. 97% of our threes entering today were assisted, which obviously is first. I think those guys have a camaraderie and a symmetry off the floor that's very unique. And I've been around teams that are very close to one another as kids, but I don't know that I've been around a team, and you could kind of see it beginning to blossom last year, but it wasn't fluid completely. Chris missed 12 games, 33 practices. Med didn't play. And I think what's happening is that camaraderie, that symmetry, you can see it on the floor more than any group that I've been around. They're not selfish at all. They are wise enough to know that all of us have to be good in order for us to have a chance. And I think you can see, like we show them a lot of ball movement stuff, good ball movement, bad ball movement, not just of our team, but of other teams, not just of other college teams, but of other pro teams. And I think some of the things that we do, Jimmy, every day in practice, all of it leads toward and trends towards, without us using words, this is how we want the ball to move. And maybe, so we were 18 of 18 on perfect shots today, 15 of 21 on great shots. Took too many good ones, 0 of 7 on bad ones. And as much as we show them those perfect shots on tape, we show them the bad ones. And inevitably, the bad ones come from P dribbles, where they're just peeing on themselves. They're just standing there dribbling, nothing's going on. And I just think they're figuring it out, and they know that's how we have to play.